talking about some of this crap right here. This crap. Or maybe it's this crap. Or maybe it's this crap. Or maybe it's this crap. Yep, I'm going to be talking about all this crap right here. This crap. This is crap food. This is total crap food. Sad day. Sad day. Preppers think we have it all right, that we're gonna eat some of this, huh? Yeah. Let's talk about what is this? What is this bullshit that we're eating? What is it? Why would I want to get rid of all this crap? Well, I realized that we have it so screwed up, so wrong, so jacked up in the United States. We're gonna dive in and talk about why I'm not gonna eat this crap anymore. This crap. Let's start. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. So let's talk about why this is. You know, I made a lot of life changes this last year. And when you start looking at the stuff we're eating, how would you like to eat this, right? Okay, pinto beans, low sodium, sounds good for you. Cheap, you throw it in your pantry. And then you look at the ingredients. Pinto beans, well, I'd hope to God there's pinto beans in it, and some water. Okay, that's fine. Some salt, that's fine too. But the third ingredient is calcium chloride. What the is calcium? What? I'm just gonna say it. What the fuck is calcium chloride? Do y'all know what calcium chloride is? We should be really concerned about what we're fucking eating right now. And you have to excuse my French, but like, I've realized that the shit that we're eating out of this canned food crap is so bad. Well, let's start with calcium chloride. What is its main purpose? It's wintertime, right? It's winter. Calcium chloride, main purpose, is used to de-ice roads and sidewalks. That sounds like something I want to put in my gut. Calcium chloride. Not. Oh, it's also used for dust control in gravel. Oh, that even sounds better. Does that sound better to you? Hey. And this shit is approved by so many companies. Calcium chloride. Oh, even my lovely pineapples. Calcium chloride. I'm just sick. And honestly, yeah, I mean, when you think about that, hey Georgie, hey coffee first. Canned food like this I wonder why we're all sick. I wonder why people are unhealthy. I wonder why people have gut aches. I wonder why they have diverticulitis. I wonder why they have intestinal problems. I wonder why. Oh, this one too. This one has prepared chickpeas, water, salt, not bad, and calcium chloride. Oh, and let's not forget the sodium EDTA to promote color retention. I guess this morning, not only do I want to talk about why I literally gave away over $200 worth of food yesterday, or the day before yesterday, to one of the guys at work. He's in a bad way. I'm not in a bad way, and I don't want to eat this shit anymore. And it's really terrible. You've been making your own stuff for a while, lost some weight, probably eating, feeling better, and probably a lot more energy, honestly. And Georgie Mitchell, Lenora said to tell you hello. Have you tried Australian food? No, I have not. I have not tried Australian food. I, after being in the Philippines and getting ready to go back, I think that's why I fell in love with the Philippines, other than the Filipina woman that has captured my heart, is that the food is so natural, so fresh, straight from the garden or the trees to the market to your gut. And the same with the fish. Oh, wow. And so, do you have a lot of calcium chloride? I know that a lot of countries have outlawed things that we have in our food here in the United States. They've outlawed around the country, around the world. So, do you have a lot of canned food, and do you have a lot of calcium chloride in the food? Because it's really downright disgusting. And then when you look at the nutritional value, what's up, Devil Dog? I did. I had a great Thanksgiving. We're celebrating again today. My brother, my nephew, and I believe my sister-in-law are driving up from Denver. So we're going to be making fresh potato soup, German potato soup, and also fresh shrimp gumbo. So I'm looking forward to that. That's a family tradition in our house. Always has been in my family. But the other thing is when you look at the nutritional facts on these cans, it's like, what nutrition are we really getting out of this? When you go down and you go down the list, total fat, 2 grams. Okay, all right. Saturated fat, 0. Trans fat, 0. Trans fat. Is that like the ones that want to be something else? I'm just asking for a friend. Then we have sodium, 65 milligrams. And then we have dietary fiber, which that's the only thing that you're really getting out of this can is dietary fiber, which is 14%, which is not bad. That's pretty good. But honestly, vitamin D, 0, calcium, 4%, iron, 8%, and potassium, 4%. Like really, when you start looking at these cans of food, you want to throw them all out. I mean, when I first started my prepping journey, I stocked up on a lot of canned foods because they're cheap. Well, I wonder why they're cheap. They're not good. They're not healthy. And, since my whole life, this last year has really become about health. This morning, I did Zumba with 10 on her live stream. It was great. I broke a sweat. I got my cardio going. And that's why I'm doing a live stream this morning, is because I got my workout right here at home, lifted weights and did Zumba. And Zumba is really good for your heart and cardio. And I see the difference that it's making in my life. And, I've always tried to steer this channel in a correct prepping way. And I think, preparedness is really important. But when you start looking at this canned food, it's really downright disgusting. No, I've never canned my own food. That was something she did. I never did it, And I don't really, honestly, who asked me that, Devil Dog? Devil Dog, I'm not going to can my own food. I'm not. Um, I'm going to stock up more on brown bag MREs, which is the most nutritious, and I'm not an affiliate or nothing, but that's the most nutritious MRE I've found is the brown bags. And they have the heater in it, so if you have a SHTF, you can turn around and you'll still be able to cook that meal. Some of them are a little high in sodium, but compared to so many other damn MREs, they're good. From look at that can, probably I'll have a shit ache. And yeah, and well, and not only that, I mean, like then you go into, I always thought top shelf canned food, which Del Monte is one of the top shelves. It's not a generic, would be good for you. But you go to the ingredients, you got the same damn shit. And all the dyes and all the fake shit they're putting in the food, I'm surprised that we're all not in the hospital. And then you take into consideration, like one thing that I learned over the last few years, probably the last 8 years, is about butter. Country Crock and all these, Country Crock's just one of them, but there's so many that they say are butter or butter spread that are so nasty. They're so nasty. They are scientifically, they're literally one molecule away from plastic. So right there, if they are changing the food, that is disgusting. Yeah, margarine. There's so many. Um, I think that my big thing is that I learned that the most important thing is to have real butter, be it if it's ghee. You got to excuse me. I'm still getting used to this thing in my mouth here, but ghee, real butter, unsalted butter. That it's real butter. And I have cut out bread. Like yesterday, I was thankful because I have a downfall when rolls, dinner rolls, are set in front of me at Thanksgiving. I love dinner rolls. I love Hawaiian King dinner rolls. And I was thankful my mom did not cook dinner rolls. I'm from Queensland and I know why you're celebrating Thanksgiving. Well, to me, Thanksgiving, I'm going to be honest with you, 80. Thanksgiving to me is about being thankful for your family, your friends, for God, for your freedoms, for life. And the original reason that we have Thanksgiving in the United States goes all the way back to the Pilgrims and the Indians and them sharing food. And that's where it, from what I understand, that's where it really started, is the Pilgrims and the Indians. Now, I do want to say this, and I started to put Dole up on the chopping block. So I have to say that Dole is one of the cans that I grabbed because I'm going through them and I'm getting rid of them. And this is one that I will keep. Any Dole products. Dole, the ingredients is pineapple juice, clarified pineapple juice from concentrate, and water clarified pineapple juice concentrated. So that Dole, I got to give you a thumbs up. There is some canned food that you can keep, but you got to really look at that canned food and really read the ingredients. Um, my attitude right now with the canned food thing is that if I see that first one in there, it's gone. Um, my breakfast was whole body of kangaroo. Wow. Homemade butter is easy to make. It is. Now, I do know that homemade butter is easy to make because I did participate in that, making ghee and helping with ghee. But I really doubt it. I really doubt it, Devil Dog. I really highly doubt that he can take on something like that. I really don't think it's possible. Lance, what's up, Lance? How are you doing, man? I really highly doubt that Robert Kennedy can get rid of all these foods because you have to think about how much money, right? The government, the facilities, all these things, these processing plants would lose. How much money would they truly lose? And they would lose billions and billions of dollars. And that's a major thing. They're not going to lose billions of dollars because of Robert Kennedy. I think he could be good, but I also know that Robert Kennedy, if you look back at his history, Devil Dog, he's went off center about a lot of shit. Just saying. Yeah, yeah, and they do, Devil Dog, and they do make these vegetables and all these things without all this extra crap and chemicals. But that calcium chloride, I mean, I think about what it's like to spray that de-icer on your windshield, right? You spray that de-icer. Think about this. You spray that de-icer and boom, you have a clear windshield. I mean, literally. So we're actually consuming that shit, and that's downright disgusting. You start thinking about the different things that we're putting inside of our bodies, inside of our guts. That is why 2 years ago we did the victory gardens, and that's why I honestly believe that we all need to have victory gardens come this spring. And from this year forward, if you haven't done a victory garden, you need to do one. Everyone needs one. And the thing is if you have a lot of close neighbors in the proximity of your home, you have like this nice little cul-de-sac with a lot of homes, or you have like a little community that you're used to talking with people, it might be a wise idea is to have a community garden where everybody pitches in and you have an abundance of fruit and vegetables, and then you share it, Or you have your own victory garden, right? And somebody else has different vegetables than you, so that you have a wide array of herbs and vegetables. I personally, since I started like changing my health and the way I feel about my health, is one big thing I've done is 5 nights a week, sometimes six, I only eat fresh green vegetables for dinner. And that's what I eat every single day at work. When I have that craving to get something different, I don't do a lot of cooking, really. I don't. But I will stop at this gas station. And my brother and me had a long, in depth conversation about making better choices wherever you go. We have the opportunities to make better choices when it comes to health and food, but we don't do that. Most people are the quick fix, run through McDonald's, take your kids to Burger King, go for a Happy Meal. And if you really think about what you're feeding your kids, it's a lot of empty calories, a lot of grease. They're going to have cholesterol problems when they get older. And so many people, younger and younger, are having heart problems and heart conditions and cancers because of the food that we consume. So when you go to a gas station, you have an opportunity to get something that's baked, something that's fried, or to go to their deli. And so that first one, the fried shit, needs to get off people's list. The Philippines, after being over there, they love to fry different food, but the grease that they're using is really different too. And also cooking with coconut instead of regular grease. Crisco, I don't know. I haven't really looked into it, but I have a feeling that Crisco is probably one of them that's up there on the chart. You can your own veggies, grew them in 5 gallon buckets. And see, Devil Dog, that's what I'm talking about. I hope your health is doing better, brother. I know that you went through a lot this last year, and I hope going into 2025 that you're recovering from your surgery, your brain surgery, which was serious. And I hope that your health is improving every single day. Are you doing a lot better, Devil Dog? I know I was very concerned about you, man. You're another anchor in the prepping community and Coffee First, and several of you. But like when we see somebody, it's like we become a community of people that are thinking outside the box and off the wall. And I think it's really important that we continue to do that. I hope your health is a lot better, Devil Dog. I know mine is. Um, from my gut to my mental to my heart to just everything that's going on in my life. It's like every single month something is improving more and more for me. I feel so much freedom and so much happiness that it's like almost overwhelming. And I've realized how blessed we are to be in this country. But I also realize the downfalls of our food chain and how we just feel like the program is go and pick up a can of this, and you're a prepper, you got canned food. I'm going to say to every single one of you today, like I said, I've always tried to lead this channel in the right direction, and I honestly would say go through your canned food. If you see that calcium chloride in it, start figuring out a way, you know for somebody that can't afford food, or somebody that's having a hard time, giving them some of your canned food, some of this shit, is better than them not eating. And I don't even want to feed this kind of stuff to my dog anymore. My dog eats fresh food. I'm getting better each day. I take it day by day. You're welcome. You're welcome. And we'll keep sending prayers your way, Devil Dog. But I gave some of this away, roughly $200 worth of canned food. And I'm really looking at labels on everything. Even when you go to the store and it says organic, you still need to look. And one big thing I've noticed is the wax on all of our fruit. And I think that you can probably get the wax off just with hot water. But then you have the color enhancer on there on our fruit and vegetables. And I noticed, I think this was about 6, 7 months ago at a grocery store. And me and a man smelled, we were in the fruit, and I was looking for apples. And he said, "Do you smell that?" And I was like, "Yeah." And We actually both picked up the same piece of, same type of fruit. I could think it was apples. And I said, it's coming from this apple. And he smelt it. I was smelling it. We were standing there smelling apples in the grocery store. And I'm like, this isn't right. And I think that we have put too much of our faith in large corporations to dictate our food and how we're going to consume it and what's good for us. And until we start taking back our food supply ourselves, I'm not talking the government bring back all that into the country. I'm talking we do it. Each one of us. I think the most important thing is to look for those non-GMO seeds, the heirloom seeds, and then once you get a really good crop, rotate it out and keep doing it year after year and figure out a plan in your community or in your neighborhood where people can either have a community garden like I showed there in Missouri or have your own victory garden and share your fruits and vegetables. That's one thing that has made me fall in love with the Philippines also. In the backyard, we have camote, which is like yams. We have lemons, we have lemongrass, there's papayas, and basically, and there's some other herbs and things like that. But basically, we could live off of just the backyard in the Philippines. And I really looked at things in the Philippines, and I look at them now, and I'm real excited again. I leave in February to go back to the Philippines, so I hope y'all will join me on some live streaming. We've been doing a lot of work over there, and things are. I'm really excited, and I'm going to be doing a huge prepping project there. Well, I want to say this copy first about someday you'll learn to grow something. Do you all remember when I was in the cabin and I said anybody can garden? And I took seeds out and I threw them in mineral buckets. They had topsoil in it, good dirt, because that's a one big thing in the Ozarks is you get a lot of rocks, and it's really hard to grow a garden at ground level. So most people use mineral buckets or elevated garden beds. So I went out there in those mineral buckets and I threw strawberry seeds, radishes, and tomatoes, and I just left them. Okay, I'm telling you this for a reason. Copy first. So I just left them. Well, come like the beginning of summer, I went out there and lo and behold, I had radishes. Lo and behold, I had strawberries. And when I left the cabin and sold it this year, there was strawberries in those mineral buckets. So anybody can garden. Planting the seed and putting the seed in the dirt is the first step. That's all you got to do. And let it go wild. Let whatever happen happen. Our ancestors didn't make everything so difficult when it came to gardening or canning. And a lot of people don't believe that we should can the way they used to, but shit, why not just throw the seeds in there? My grandmother, she couldn't cook worth a shit. Okay, I'll tell you the truth. She could not cook worth a shit. But she had a green thumb that was unbelievable. And her and my granddad were married at a very young age. So I don't think she ever really learned to cook. But what she did do is she would go out and do rows and rows and rows of vegetables. And as she got older, she ended up with two huge gardens. My thumb is poisonous. Are you trying to say that you kill all of your plants? Is that what you're saying? But my grandmother kept it really simple, and so did my grandfather. He took care of the back garden, which was ground plants like corn, watermelon, potatoes, and cantaloupe. She took care of the front garden, which was more like radishes, carrots, lettuce, things of that sort. But they both had a green thumb. But the only and they never watered. You would never see them with a garden hose going off the house, which they did have, going out to that garden. They either had a good crop because of God and because of the rain, or they had a terrible year. But the only thing they usually did, and they didn't spray chemicals on there at all. The only thing they did is they would weed it. That's it. They would weed it. And I think that if we would get back to basics, the old ways, and quit making things so difficult, even in the prepping community, prepping really, there shouldn't be preppers. Okay, if you really think about it, where there shouldn't even be a community called off the wall prepper or roaming prepper or popular preparedness or pinball. There shouldn't really be a prepping community because if you really think about prepping, it's common sense. It's taking back control of your own life away from being lazy and not doing the legwork. It's about being prepared for any kind of situation, be it if it's economical, your car breaking down, your health sucks, you have dental. That's really what prepping is all about. Prepping is about taking the steps to ensure that you have a little insurance policy and to gain knowledge. So it's sad that in 2024 that we have to say we're preppers to wake people up that they shouldn't be a lazy ass. Yeah, and I agree with you, Coffee First. That's how my family, that's how we were. I mean, that's how we've always been. And most of my family is from the heartland, Colorado, Nebraska, where life is not easy, where you get out there and you work for a living, you have sweat dripping off your head, and you do the things that you need to do to make sure your family's all right. Oh, interesting. Well, my family, my family's always pretty much been that way. Gardening, raising their own cattle, raising their own chickens. I mean, I have horror stories from chickens, okay? I think I was like 5 years old, and my brother and his friends thought it would be hilarious. There was a big, big lady. Her name was Mary. I'll never forget her, Mary Fisher. Big lady, but she loved her chickens. But she also processed her chickens, right? So she's doing processing day and she has this chain link fence, probably about 6 to 8 foot high. And she would whack a doodle, right? Whack the chicken, bop, gone, and throw them out in there to bleed out. So needless to say, blood is like spewing. And my brother and Greg and Jimmy, I'll never forget, threw me in there with the chickens. I was like 5. And all these headless chickens were chasing me, you know? And I'll never forget that. Hi. Well, that's another thing I learned, Coffee First, being in the Philippines, is we're probably one of the only countries that uses such an unsanitary, nasty way to wipe our dew. Okay, honestly. And so I don't buy toilet paper anymore. What do you think of that? It's unnecessary expense. And there's a better, cleaner way than to use toilet paper. That also, if you look at toilet paper, it's not just paper, it has chemicals in it. So, see, I think becoming aware of how we should live and how we are living, and we're very spoiled in the United States. We're really spoiled. And of course, if I go to a store or something like that, you got to, use toilet paper. But here in my home, I don't have to. And I've learned so many things that I never imagined that I would learn. Water, water, water. That's what they do. And most countries, while I was traveling in South Korea, same thing, water. Even on the airplane, you have the option of water. Yes, it's exactly it. The only part I skipped was the blow dry. And I'm not kidding. When I was in Seoul, South Korea, I had a long layover there, I think 5 hours, 6 hours, and I did not go for the blow dry. But I think the interesting thing is that if we would broaden our horizons, if we would look at the things that are really necessary and unnecessary in life, life becomes very simple and happy. Yes, I got the new iPhone this year, but I haven't gotten a new phone, I don't know how many years. Plus, it was also a financial change for me with my cell phone and my internet because my cell phone now with data, okay, for 1 year costs me $17 a month. So I have free cell phone for 1 year, and the $17 a month is the payment on the iPhone. I mean, I couldn't go wrong. In Missouri, I was paying over $300 a month for cell phone and internet. And the internet, y'all know, was shaky. It was terrible. Here, I have 5G, which I don't know how I feel about that, but I have fast internet all the time. And even doing this live stream off of my phone, I'm bouncing off the 5G internet here in my house. So I've learned that cutting back a lot of different things really makes a huge, huge change. Yeah, I think mine was about 5 years old. The other thing I did is I wiped out the phone coffee first. This is how frugal I'm becoming, okay? I wiped out the phone, wiped everything off, did a factory reset on it, and you go to Walmart and you can sell that phone through a machine at Walmart. So I collected up all the cell phones that I had. I think I had eight old cell phones, and I just found two more. So this is over the years. I just threw them in a box, threw them in a box, threw them in a box. Especially when we were on the road, I had to make some changes in cell phones more than I like to. But I took a bunch of the cell phones to Walmart, sold them, and minimum I got $40, and max I got 120 for one of them. And so it was another nice little money maker, and that was added into my $10,000 challenge to save $10,000, which I have to say I've been on track. I've been on track. I have until January the 15th for the $10,000 challenge that I challenged myself by learning about the $10,000 challenge program. And I'm on track, which is just less than a month away, right? And when you start seeing your bank account go up, your monthly bills go down, and shopping around. That was one thing I did also, is shopped around for insurance, because as many of you know, the insurance companies are tacking on all these weird little extras that they're not really discussing with the clients, the customers. They're just doing it. So I shopped around for insurance and I saved $62 or $61 a month. So honestly, starting December the 20th, my bills are basically so low that I'm putting away probably 70% of my check every month, which is a great feeling. I'm living within my means, and I think when it comes to prepping and the way we're getting this economic whirlwind around us, I think that one of the biggest preps that we all can do going into 2025, however you chop it up, whatever your financial goals are, is to get out of the matrix and realize living within your means changes your whole life. I have no credit cards. I have one debit card, and I'm getting rid of all the debt that I possibly can. And I think with BRICS aligning, with them wanting to roll the CBDC and on all of us, I think it's really, really important that we realize that living within our means is a way to freedom, true freedom. Yeah, wow. So yeah, but I think that's happening coffee first with the insurance all around the country, that it's really going up. So you really have to get out there and shop insurance now that it's mandatory and has been for what, a decade probably, maybe 2 decades. Oh shit, I'm showing how old I am. So I would say the next time you go to the store and you decide that, oh, okay, well, American Beauty, that's a bottom shelf vegetable, cheap, cheap, cheap. And then you go, no, I'm not going to buy the cheap ones. I'm going to go to Del Monte. I'm going to go to some of the higher top shelf vegetables that are a little more expensive. Look at that very first ingredient. And honestly, folks, if you see that, if you see that first ingredient and it has that in it, I don't know about y'all, but I'm really not into inhaling or digesting something that they use for de-icer. And I don't care what these agencies say that it's safe for us to eat or consume that. We have to do our own due diligence, and we have to take responsibility for our own lives, our own health, our own financial well-being, our own mental health well-being, And if you look at our food sources that are coming into the stores and you really go and you look at what's inside that can and investigate, you're not going to want to eat that shit. I don't know about you, but I'm not down to eating calcium chloride. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And honestly, Georgie, all of them, all almost, I've went through, I don't know, I probably have 300 cans of food still, even giving away what I did. But that first ingredient, I'm stuck on it because that is in so many foods, so many canned foods, canned soups, canned vegetables, and canned fruits. And then the other thing is the food retention dye that they're using. And we wonder, really, like, why do so many Americans get cancer? I mean, could it be from stuff like this? I'm not a scientist. I just do my due diligence on things that I'm consuming now. So I have lots of canned food that I'll be disposing of, and I will not. It's going to make my cupboards really nice. I have decided that because most of my stuff goes in a fridge now. Because, like I said, I'm eating salads in the morning. I still have my coffee. I've even been looking at the ingredients of the coffee. Everything that I consume, I want to know what's going in my body. And y'all know that I don't believe, and this is my own personal intake, YouTube, my own personal opinion, if we can still have that on YouTube, is that I don't believe in big pharma. I never have, I never will. I don't take any medicines like that. But even the vitamins that I'm taking, I want them to be natural. And that's why I've turned to, honestly, Chinese and Asian vitamins, because I do take echinacea, elderberry. I take golden seal. There's like 6 of them that I'm now taking. And I have seen a huge, huge change in my energy level, how I feel, everything. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's really good, George. Well, I guess my brother is on his way. So I am going to go jump in the shower after my workout this morning doing Zumba and lifting weights. And I'm going to go get dressed and go over to my mom's house and help. And we're going to be cooking shrimp gumbo and German potato soup. And I think she's going to do the German potato soup. I know we're doing shrimp gumbo. Yeah, I definitely will enjoy my day. It's my day off, and yesterday was quite the day. I did work, so I do want to. I've been telling a lot of stories about the facility and what's happening there. So yesterday being Thanksgiving, I thought it would be a mellow day. I worked 6 in the morning till 2 p.m. And about well, when I got there, they asked me to review cameras, which is one major part of my job. We have, I thought it was only 40 cameras, but we, between the two buildings and then the grounds and everything, roughly 70 to 80 cameras, right? So they asked me to review cameras at a certain time in a certain building and then write a report. Well, the report ended up being that we had a client that was stealing her medicine, which is used for fentanyl, to help people that are hooked on fentanyl. So she was stealing the medicine, taking extra pills, had another client involved in it, distracting the security personnel so they could steal the medicine. So I reviewed it, confirmed it, went and we confirmed it again. So yesterday, on Thanksgiving Day of all days, not only did I do the camera review, but then I had to go and do bunk shakedowns and also shakedowns of their actual body. And I did my first drug bust yesterday. So it was watching people's body language and learning about body language, I think even comes into prepping, because you can tell if somebody's lying, if somebody's shifty, if their eyes are moving back and forth, the way they're acting can come into our prepping lives, because if there is or when there is a SHCF, It's very interesting and very important for us all to know people's body language. You can tell a lot by a person if they're lying, if they're being deceitful, and the way they're acting. So this particular client, we'll call him Client A, was sitting at the table inside the dorm when I went in to do the shakedown of the bunks and the lockers. For some reason, the same person is the one that was caught on camera earlier that day with the drugs. They got very, very nervous. Very. So I knew that they probably had more and hadn't done all of the drugs that they stole. At that point, they were like, oh, don't worry about that bag. That bag is only my shower and hygiene bag. I said, bingo, bingo, you just gave yourself away. So I tore the whole bag apart, and I knew that somewhere there was something because Client A got very, very nervous. As I tore into that bag, they got even more nervous. At the bottom of the bag, there was, let me see, I was showing Tim how they did it. I don't think I threw it away. Let me see if I can find it. They took the cellophane off of a pack of cigarettes. They took the plastic, the cellophane, and they had it curled up in a ball, and it was about as small as a dime, stuck all the way in the bottom of the bag under the lip of the bag, so the bag folded over the top of it, and it was stuck up underneath the seam. And I tore that thing apart and found that bag. When I pulled it out, of course, I have to wear gloves when we do those kinds of searches. Well, when I pulled that bag out, all I did was hold it up and I could see orange crushed powder in it, which means that it was a Suboxone, which Suboxone is used to treat fentanyl. So I knew that I got him. So I finished my shakedown, went into my security office, locked the door, poured it on a piece of white paper, and it was Suboxone. So needless to say, I did, on Thanksgiving, my first drug bust in the facility, and I got a lot of attaboys yesterday, which made me feel good because our job's not easy, and day in and day out, it changes so much. I care about the clients, but also we have to protect other clients and protect ourselves from them having needles, from the situation we had 2 weeks ago. My job does get dangerous sometimes, but 2 weeks ago we had the guy high on PCP running through the facility, attacked a female staff member. So we're always on our toes, and we work as a really good team. And I think that's why I like it. It's kind of military oriented, and I never imagined I would be stepping into this field and liking it so much. But it's rewarding work too. When you see these men and women spend like 90 days in our facility and they get clean. We actually have one that stood outside the facility door and smoked crack cocaine and successfully finished the program and now is going to be a counselor. And they're, the things that these people can accomplish if they have the support. And I've always believed that everybody deserves a second chance. I think that this new career opportunity has really opened my eyes to a lot of things in the world. I knew about fentanyl, but now I really know. And I really see what fentanyl is doing to our youth and to people around this country. And it's really sad, y'all. It's really sad. I'm seeing a lot of people that are hooked on fentanyl that are in their 20s and 30s. And it's a nasty, nasty drug. And the things it's doing to them health-wise is unbelievable. It's sad. I hope that everybody stays on point, and I hope that each and every one of you, if you missed the first Christmas production yesterday, that you'll go watch it. I enjoy making those for the channel. I always have. And when it comes to sucking up some calcium chloride, Del Monte, not just Del Monte, but all of them, Del Monte, Hormel, American Beauty, frickin' Michigan Made, y'all can kiss my American ass because I'm not going to be eating your bullshit. I'm going to get rid of these cans. I'll donate them to a food pantry to help people that can't afford it, I'll donate them to friends or family or whoever wants them. But for me, I'm not going to be eating this crap. I'm pretty much going to go fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, and I'm going to take care of my health that way. I hope that you all, after learning about calcium chloride today, this morning, and what it can do to you, and what it does to ice, that maybe you'll make better food choices too. We all need to make better choices in our prepping life and our journey. I appreciate y'all being here, George, and thank you for being a member for so long, and all you other folks that are members. I really appreciate you so much. I appreciate the thumbs up. I appreciate the share outs. I appreciate the comments on my videos. Until I see you all again, I hope that you have a really blessed day and that you stay on point and quit sucking down some de-icer in your diet. Get back to the right way, and the right way is fresh. The right way is to have a victory garden and to really pay attention to what these companies are putting in our food. It's your choice, but my choice is to eat healthy and to get healthy mentally, spiritually, physically, and to keep on doing the dang things. Till I see you again. Hey, Josh, what's up, man? Till I see you all again, God bless you. And everybody have a great day. Probably see you in the kitchen, maybe later today or tomorrow, while I help make that fresh, wonderful gumbo. This is OTWP signing out. God bless. Big, huge prepper hugs. Keep on putting your boots on the ground, y'all. Things are about to get hairy in the United States. God bless you. See you, Josh. Josh, I will be having a night live stream, so watch. I will pre-schedule it, and I'll be having that next week because I'm switching schedules to my favorite shift, and so I'll have all afternoon and all nights available again, which I'm really looking forward to. I like doing these morning live streams, but that's going to be changing, just so everyone knows. They'll probably be in late afternoon, early evening, which is a better time slot anyway. But God bless y'all. Till I see you again. Take care.